Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you every single mob in Minecraft. So I'll be doing this in Minecraft 1.17 Java edition. Of course this may vary slightly depending on your version and what platform you play the game on, but as I said, I'll be showing you every single mob in Minecraft 1.17 for the Java edition of the game. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. I make a lot of these all videos on my channel, and so if you want to watch more of those videos, I'll put a link to the playlist on the top right hand side of your screen, so you can watch those after this video. But yes, right behind me are all the mobs in Minecraft, or at least I think it's all the mobs in Minecraft. I might have made some mistakes along the way, but of course there are lots of mobs here. Actually, if you want to know how many mobs I've put here and how many mobs are in Minecraft, you have to watch the whole video because I'll reveal that at the end of the video. What we'll be doing in this video is just quickly go over all of these mobs. I won't spend much time on these because if I do, this video is gonna be very long, and it's already gonna be pretty long as is. So we'll just get started. I'll name every single mob and I'll fly around them quickly as well. So we start off with the Axolotl. So there's the pink Axolotl, the wild or brown Axolotl, then we have the yellow Axolotl, there's the cyan one, or light blue, whatever you want to call it. This is what it looks like at least. And there's the rare blue Axolotl right here, looks like Mudkip, beautiful. Then we move over to the bat, one of the flying mobs in the game, drops nothing. And the bee, another flying mob. This one right here is a normal bee, and then here is one without its stinger. And then there's also one that is angry and has these beautiful red eyes. And of course bees can also pollinate, so this one has just pollinated and thus can add a honey level to a beehive or a bee nest. Here we have a blaze, spawns in the nether fortresses and also from the spawners. There's of course the cats. Of course, cats can have colors as well, but I didn't add them here. So this first one is the tabby cat. Then we move on to the tuxedo cat right here. This is the red tabby cat. Then we have the Siamese cat right here. Moving on to the British short hair. Then next there is the calico. Excuse me if I pronounce any of these names wrong. I probably am. Then we have the Persian cat right here. The yellow one. Then the ragdoll cat. Moving on to the white cat, very original, has two different colored eyes as well. And then right here is Jelly, the cat of Good Times with Scar. Beautiful, he won a competition, alright. And the final cat is the panther cat, so that's the cats. Then we have the cave spider, which can poison you. The chicken lays eggs, of course. We have the first fish, it's the cod. And next to the cod we have the cow, one of the original mobs in Minecraft. Another original mob right here is the creeper, which of course can explode, and we have its charged variant here as well, which makes a larger explosion and causes some mobs to drop their head. Then here's the dolphin, which can give you as the player dolphin's grace. And we have the donkey, which can actually get a chest, and if you ride the donkey, then if you open its inventory, you can actually use the chest as some space on top of the donkey. Very useful. Drown generate underwater and can spawn in with tridents. The Elder Guardian is a mini boss that spawns inside of the ocean monument and it drops sponges. And then we move on to one of the bosses of Minecraft. It's the Ender Dragon. Of course it generates in the end, and if you beat the Ender Dragon, you beat the game. Of course, that's just the story of Minecraft, and people keep playing Minecraft for a very long time after as well. Another mob that spawns in the end, but also in the nether and in the overworld, is the Enderman. It can teleport and hold some blocks, though not this one. Another mob that starts with Ender is the endermite. It can spawn if you throw ender pearls. Next to the endermite is the evoker, who can generate in raids or in woodland mansions, can drop a totem of undying, and can summon in vexes, which we'll get to later. Then we have the fox, of course. There's the red fox, the original. They can hold items in their mouth and are very cute. And there's also the snow or arctic fox right here, which can generate in snowy biomes. Then some bigger mobs right here. We have the ghast, generates in the nether of course, and can shoot fireballs at you. Next to the ghast we have the giant, which can only be summoned in with commands and has no AI by default. It's just a giant version of a zombie, which we'll get to at the end of the video, of course. And then a mob added in 1.17. It's, yes, the glow squid. Very controversial, but it is here. It was chosen in the mob vote. Another mob added in 1.17 is the goat. This is a normal goat. Right here it can ram you. And right next to it we have the screaming goat. No discernible difference in the texture, but it can scream. Then we have the guardian, the smaller variant of the elder guardian. As you can see, their eyes track you wherever you go, and they also generate within the ocean monument. Then the hoglin spawns in the nether and is afraid of warped fungus. And now we get to the horses. So there are a whole lot of different horses, and we'll go through them very, very fast because there aren't too many differences between these. So we have the general white horse. Then next to it is the white horse with white hooves, or, well, just white parts on their legs at least. Then the white horse with white fields. Like this, you can see the difference between these. There's just some white patches on the white horse here. Then there's the white dots horse. There are some white dots on it. And the black dots white horse, which looks like this. And then these same variants apply to the creamy horse as well. So there's the normal creamy horse, the one with white hooves, the one with white fields, white dots, and black dots as well. Moving on to the chestnut horses, normal, white, white fields, white dots, black dots, normal brown, brown white fields, brown white dots, brown black dots. Then we move on to the black horses. So yeah, you get the idea. It's pretty much the same thing, but then with a different base color. And here it is black. And then after black, we move on to gray. So these are the gray horses. And in total, there are 35 different types of horses, even though some of them look very, very similar. So after the gray horses, we also have the dark brown horses, and that is the last variant. So I'll go through them one more time. White legs, white fields, white dots, and black dots. So those are all the 35 horses. Then we move on to the Husk. It's a zombie variant that generates in the desert. Next to the Husk we have the Illusioner, which is a mob you can only get through the summon command. And it's super interesting. I made a video on this mob. You can watch it in the top right hand side of your screen. After the Illusioner we have the Iron Golem. So it generates with villages. And if it takes damage, its texture changes over to this variant first. With even more damage, it changes to this one. And the last texture is right here, where it's taken the most amount of damage. And after this texture, if it takes even more damage, it will eventually die. Now we move over to the llamas. The first one is the creamy llama. Of course, llamas can also have different types of carpets on their back and can have chests or not have chests. Then next we have the white llama. So this one has a green carpet, but of course they can all have the 16 different types of carpets on their back as well. Then right here is the brown llama, and finally we have the gray llama right here. Here is the Magma Cube. Of course, Magma Cubes normally can generate in 3 different sizes. There's this one, which is size 0. Then this one is size 1. And this one is size 3. They, of course, generate in the nether. Then we move over to the mooshroom. The normal mooshroom is right here. It generates in the mushroom fields. And the brown mooshroom right here spawns if the red mooshroom is struck by lightning. Or there's a small chance you get it if you breed to normal mooshroom. Then here is a mob similar to the donkey. It's the mule. And you actually get it by breeding a donkey and a horse together. And it can also have a chest on its back. Here is the ocelot. Ocelots generate in the jungle. Another mob that generates in the jungle is the panda. So there are different variants of the panda as well. So there's the normal variant. Then we have the aggressive panda, which actually looks very aggressive. Then here we have the weak panda, which looks like it's a little bit ill. Then here is the lazy panda, which doesn't look lazy to me, just happy with a beautiful smile on its face. Here is the worried panda, which looks super distressed. Then we have the playful panda sticking its tongue out, very, very playful. And the most rare panda of them all, it's the brown panda. And this theme of mobs generating in the jungle actually continues because parrots also generate in the jungle. Very, very crazy. All of these mobs after each other generating in the jungle, but there we go. So we have the red parrot right here. Then there's the blue parrot, the green parrot, which actually blends in very well with the background here, the cyan parrot with a little bit of yellow on its chest, and finally the silver parrot right here. Just one piece of advice, don't feed these guys any cookies. Then we have the phantom, which spawns in if you don't sleep for a longer period of time and comes swooping in from the skies to attack you. Here is the pig, of course, one of the earliest mobs added to Minecraft, drops pork chops. And the pig actually has a whole other family, because here is the piglin, which you can barter with using gold. Then there's the piglin brood, which generates in the bastion remnants and is a very tough mob that uses an axe. The pillagers generate in the pillager outpost or on patrol and are of course the natural enemy of the villagers. Polar bears aren't aggressive normally, but will be aggressive to you if you attack them. The pufferfish generates in the ocean, and if you get close to it, it starts to puff up to this second stage, and then to this final stage, and then it can poison you. So there's 3 different stages, and looks cute and scary at the same time. Then the rabbit comes in many different variants as well. There's the brown rabbit right here, the white rabbit. Then there's also a black rabbit, the black and white rabbit right here, the gold rabbit, which generates in deserts, and the salt and pepper rabbit right here. And then of course there's also the killer bunny, which you can only get through commands, and will actually attack you, unlike all of the other rabbits. And then finally there's also the toast rabbit, which is a texture that appears if you name any rabbit Toast. So there we go, that's the rabbits. And then there is the Ravager, which can spawn in during a raid on a village. And most of the time a different kind of pillager actually rides the Ravager. The salmon is another type of fish, generates lots in rivers. We have the sheep. So of course sheep can be dyed all of these different colors. So we have the white sheep, the orange sheep, magenta sheep, the light blue sheep, the yellow sheep, lime. We have of course the pink sheep, which is the rarest sheep that can actually naturally spawn in your world. We have the dark gray sheep, light gray sheep, cyan sheep, purple sheep, blue sheep, brown sheep, green sheep, red sheep, and finally the black sheep. So these are the 16 different colors of sheep. And of course there's a special type as well, which is the Jap sheep, which is a rainbow sheep, and it appears when you name any sheep Jap underscore, like this. And then another mob that can be colored in all of these different colors is the Shulker. So the Shulker generates in end cities, and can normally only generate with this color right here, the purple color. But using commands you can actually also make it generate in any of the colors that sheep also generate in. And yes, these are shulkers, not shulker boxes. I can prove that pretty easily by just punching this one. Yep, definitely a shulker. Let's summon that guy back in. Sorry about that. So we have the same colors as for the sheep. So there's the white, orange, magenta, light blue, yellow, lime, pink, dark gray, light gray, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green, red, and black. But there's no rainbow variant, sadly. Then the silverfish, which can hide inside of blocks. And there's actually a silverfish spawner at the end portal room. There's the skeleton, which can shoot you with its bow. Although this one doesn't seem to have one. The skeleton also has a horse variant. So there's a skeleton horse, which generates naturally in your world, and if you approach it, it will get struck by lightning and 4 horsemen will appear. And you can actually ride the skeleton horse underwater. Then slimes can generate in swamps and slime chunks. There's the size 0 slime that generates naturally, the size 1 slime, and the size 3 slime. Of course they drop slime balls. The snow golem can throw snowballs and can spawn in layers of snow where it walks. And if you shear its pumpkin away, it will actually look something like this. That's not a great face. Then we have the spider that can climb walls and is passive to the player during daylight unless attacked. There's the normal squid, which can drop ink sacs. We have the stray, which is a snowy variant of the skeleton. And here we have the strider. So striders generate in the nether on top of lava lakes. You can ride these on top of lava lakes as well. And if it's outside of lava, it becomes purple. If it's in lava, it's beautiful and red. Next up are the trader llamas. So these have the same colors as the normal llamas, but have a special carpet that normal llamas can't have. So these generate in together with the wandering trader, which we'll see later on. So there's the creamy, white, brown, and gray variants again. And then we move on to the tropical fish. Now, I haven't displayed all the tropical fish here, and that has a very good reason. So tropical fish can actually have two different colors. So here we see a tropical fish with a blue color and a red color, but this can be any of the 16 different types of colors. So one of these variants of tropical fish can actually have 255 other variants after it as well. But I decided not to show all of those here, since that would make it so the majority of this video would just be me flying through a whole lot of tropical fish. So I'll also only show off the different patterns they have with this blue and red color that I've assigned to them. But just know that both of these colors can be any of the 16 different colors in Minecraft. So we have 6 different small variants. So there's the first one, there's the second pattern of the second variant. Here's the third pattern, the fourth pattern, the fifth pattern is right here, and the 6th and last pattern is here. Then there's also 6 big tropical fish patterns. So here's the first one, the second one with beautiful stripes, the third one looks like this, the fourth one has this color split through the middle, the fifth one has a line through the center, and the 6th and last one looks something like this. So just imagine all of those with all the different colors as well. Then we have the turtle, which of course can lay eggs. There's the vex, which the evoker can spawn in. And the vex can actually have a different texture as well when it's attacking you. Here it is. That's its texture if it attacks you. And then we move on to the villagers. Now there are a whole bunch of different villagers, so I'll go through these fast. So first of all, there are different biomes the villagers can be related to, and then there are also different professions. So first of all, we go through the desert villagers. So this one does not have a profession. Then right here we have the armorer villager. Also note the level is displayed by the badge on their clothes right there. So here is the butcher, he's level 2. With the iron badge, we have the cartographer with the gold badge, level 3. The cleric with the emerald badge, level 4. And the farmer with the diamond badge here, level 5. So then here is the fisherman, which of course has a beautiful fish on its rope there as well. There's the fletcher. Then this is the leather worker, the librarian, the mason, the nitwit, which doesn't actually trade anything or work. This is the shepherd, the toolsmith, and the weaponsmith. So those are all the desert villagers. Now we'll move over to the jungle villagers. So we'll go fast a little bit now. No profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, weaponsmith. Then we have the plains villagers, so no profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, and weaponsmith. The Savannah Villagers, no profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, and weaponsmith. Snow Villagers, no profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, and weaponsmith. The swamp villagers, no profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, weaponsmith. And finally, the taiga villagers, no profession, armorer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, mason, nitwit, shepherd, toolsmith, and weaponsmith. So there we go, those are all the 90 different villagers in Minecraft. That's a lot of villagers. Then here is the vindicator, who can attack you with his axe. the witch that can brew potions and throw them at you, the wandering trader that generates with the trader llamas randomly in your world and can actually sell you some stuff that most of the time isn't actually useful. The Wither is the other boss in Minecraft. It can shoot its skulls at you and will drop a nether star if killed. And to summon the Wither, you will need to kill a whole lot of these Wither skeletons because they can drop their skulls, which are used to create the Wither. A wolf can be found in taiga biomes. You can tame it using bones and then give its color a beautiful color. And you have the 16 different types of colors, of course. Then the zoglin is the mob the hoglin turns into if it's brought over to the overworld. The zoglin will attack pretty much any mob. The zombie is a smaller variant of the giant and will burn in daylight. The zombie horse can only be summoned through commands and is a zombified version of a horse. The zombified piglin is the zombified version of a piglin, and if a piglin is brought into the overworld, it will turn into a zombified piglin. And then finally, we have the zombie villager. Now, I know we've just gone through all of the different types of villagers, so I won't bore you again with all of the different names, but every single type of villager also has a type of zombie villager, so we'll just quickly fly through all of these, since they all have unique textures as well, with the clothes ripped up a little bit of all the different villagers. So of course we have the desert zombie villagers, and then after those we have the jungle zombie villagers right here. And if you cure any of these zombie villagers, they will turn into their villager counterparts. So after the jungle villagers, there is the plain zombie villagers. And these all have the same professions as normal villagers as well. And we can still see their level on the badge they have on their clothes. So here then we move over to the Savannah zombie villagers. So here are these, the Savannah zombie villagers, very, very beautiful. After the Savannah zombie villagers, we have the snow zombie villagers. So all the textures of the zombie villagers are pretty much the same as the normal villagers. They are sometimes just a little bit ripped up. That's pretty much it. And then right here we move over to the swamp zombie villagers. And one of the ways to actually get normal swamp villagers is to cure these swamp zombie villagers. There are a couple more ways, but that's a main way to get them as well. And then finally we also have the taiga zombie villagers, which are the last mobs right here in the alphabet. And then there we go, that's all the mobs in Minecraft. So that was a pretty long journey. There are lots of different mobs in Minecraft. Of course I didn't display all of them since I didn't display all the different kinds of tropical fish. But the amount of mobs I've shown here are 413 mobs. Of course some are just variants of themselves, but I think they count as well. So let me know what is your favorite mob in the comments down below. And we'll just quickly fly through all of the mobs we've just shown in this video. There are lots of them. Look at all of them whizzing by. This is all of the villages we went through. That's a large part of this video, I know, but that's just how it is. I could have also made the tropical fish a large part of this video, but I decided not to do that because that would be very, very boring, I think. But here we go. These are all the mobs I've shown. And then we get right back to the start of the video with the axolotl. So adding all the tropical fish would bring the total amount of mobs here to over 3,000. So that's quite a lot of mobs for one video. I hope you still enjoyed this video, and if you're still watching, then please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. As I said, I've made more of these all videos, so check those out in the top right hand side of your screen. There we go. I want to thank my team member, the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. But there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video and hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye.